okay, I just figured this thing out. You get 600 seconds. I got 600 seconds to say everything that I need to say. Math, huh? Okay, here's the thing, dudes. I'm here. I've been listening to this Afro-Centrism debate, Black Egypt debate, the pros and cons, and I just noticed a couple of things. The first thing is I'm going to question the Afro-centrists because I want to be fair. I want to be objective here, and I noticed some flaws in the Afro-centrist point of view. Well, let me rephrase that. The racist Afro-centrist view, because you can be Afro-centrist and not racist. So let me explain the racist Afro-centrist view and the problems I have with it. Okay, the first problem is that it's based on the belief that blacks were the originators of civilization, which may or may not be true. I mean, all civilizations could have started, some civilizations could have started at the same time. Maybe blacks were the originators of civilization. It really doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why. Blacks were the originators of civilization, and whites copied black civilization. Everything that whites have, everything in Western culture comes from blacks. They did not create anything with their own ingenuity. They basically are copiers. Just like how whites accuse, some white racist Eurocentrists accuse Chinese and Japanese of being. Here's the problem here. First of all, it's a racist statement. It's not the truth. People. I understand that you guys are saying. I understand that you believe that what you are saying is trying to expose the truth. But if you believe in the truth and humanity, you cannot believe that whites just copied everything from black civilization or non-white civilizations. Like all the white nations just copied everything. They came up with no ideas themselves. Because in my personal opinion, if they can copy it and they maintained it, logic to me says that they probably could have come up with ideas of their own. Okay. In the same token, that if blacks, let's say to make the assumption that blacks copied civilization from the Arabs, i.e. Malay Empire, i.e. Ghana, for example, Ghana, i.e. means example, i.e. the Malay Empire, i.e. Ghana, that basically, Quest 1, 2, 3, 4 says that blacks had no clue on creating gold or manufacturing gold. Don't know where he's getting this proof from, but that's a debatable. But that's just part of the example that blacks just cannot create a sophisticated civilization without Arab or white intervention. I mean, basically, a radical Afrocentrist is flipping the script, and flipping it is reversing the script, and he's becoming a racial chauvinist himself. Okay, and I don't really want to hear from both sides that Western society, just because something's advanced doesn't mean that we were saying that we're better. Well, you're saying that by your mouth. You talk that, but you don't actually believe it, because how you're acting is not in relation to what you're saying. Okay. Yes, it is a certain. I hate to break it to both camps that you are saying that tribal cultures are inferior, because Afrocentrists, racist Afrocentrists, when they accuse, well, when we had these empires, these sophisticated empires, whites were in tribes, they were eating each other, they were on fours. That's the same accusations or the same stereotypes that white racist Eurocentrists portrayed toward black tribes. So now you're retaliating toward white supremacy. I understand why you're retaliating toward white supremacy, but then now you're becoming equal to white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That Afrocentrists, those who subscribe to those beliefs, there's no way you're going to tell me that Africans, Europeans copied everything from non-white cultures. Just like European racists can't not tell me blacks did not create any sophisticated civilizations within their own continent without severe major Arab influence. It's bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And what happens is when the racist Eurocentrists like QQQD and Alcoba Death hear this is how they justify continuing to maintain white supremacy. Now they're telling me that they're superior to me. Well, we've had the traditional belief that we're superior to them in terms of advancement, in terms of sophistication. So therefore, it reinforces in their mind that white supremacy is right. So you can't create a belief system. Afro-centrism has the danger of creating a belief system. Racist Afro-centrism doesn't have the danger. It already has created a belief system that whites copy civilization, blacks invented it. I think, that's my beef with both of those viewpoints. So that's a major problem I see in both of those viewpoints. Another problem I have is, I already just repeated that, but I think that's the problem. So to all the white nationalists who continue to say that, continue to project me as black supremacists, which is hypocritical of you, because you really are a white supremacist relative to black and white. Now you know the truth. Now you know how I really feel. And for a racist Afrocentrist, basically what I'm going to tell you is, if you continue to make comments about whites copying, stealing everything from civilization, whites just, I understand that you think that, white supremacy is absurd, so therefore maybe you're coming up with these type of theories, but if you continue to give that impression to them, which we know they're wrong, then it just justifies in their mind to maintain white supremacy. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Have a nice day.